Big finish. Full head of steam that time.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
Stuffs it down with authority.
And easy to get back on defense.
Pelicans have the basketball. Holiday. Knocked loose. Payton. Holiday. His first effort off the mark.
You got it going. You got it going on.
Here's a chance from long range. Good offense, beating good defense.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
Holiday to Payton. Here comes the screen.
I get my stuff on the 17. I get my stuff on the 17.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Holiday to Payton. Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. Payton to Holiday. 4-3. That one also no good. It's the Heat with the possession. Takes advantage inside after the miss from the perimeter.
And see, this is simple. This is where the PG pulls the bigs over to the side and says, we can't allow that to happen. You need to be an enforcer down low.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Holiday in possession. They find themselves down 10. Holiday cleans it up. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
This game is so mental. Trust me. Sometimes you get poor effort defensively. You can't make any shots. Then you see the ball go in. Boom. Switch turned on.
Runner's good there.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Let's go. Let's play deep. Play deep. Play deep.
To Holiday. To Payton. Here comes the screen. Trying to cash in. Won't go. He can do better than that.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
From long range, knocks it down and the foul. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
If you're the defender, you can't keep your hand outwards in the pocket of the shooter. The offensive player recognized that. He raked his arms into yours on his way up to take the shot. That's a foul every time.
Count that one, and a 4-point trip. It's Pelicans ball. Holiday. Knocked loose. He'd come up with it. Beyond the arc for 3. Can't connect. Lets it fly from long range. Tough shot. He hits.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Whistle stops playing. Timeout New Orleans as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Knocked loose. He'd get control. Going to launch beyond the arc. Man, that was a tough shot.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
New Orleans will take it up. To Holiday. sizing up the defense. Holiday, not that time.
Woo! I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your...
Rocking the rim. This is spiraling out of control.
And this is where you feel so bad for that assistant coach that had the defensive scouting report. You knew he put in the time and effort to give you all the right tools to win this game. You've been caught out of position each and every time, which is the reason you're down.
Yeah, you don't want to make the boss unhappy. The basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Finally something goes their way. I don't think I need to tell you, but this has been a disaster of a first quarter. They just need somebody to get hot, and then they need to come together as a team and get a few stops.
Gets off a three at the buzzer, and a three-pointer at the buzzer for good measure. What a finish to the opening period. A great stretch here to start. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. New Orleans has it.
Here we go.
Driving right to the basket. Right down Broadway for the two. Defender has to pick him up.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Navigates through traffic but can't finish.
Okay, that's all right. You take your lumps and you move on. You did exactly what the game plan was defensively to guard a player like that.
And the finish, slam dunk. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Holiday
Hey, watch this screen left.
has a look. That's usually one that he'll knock down.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Free throw's good. It's a three-point play. This big first half continues. Pelicans basketball. Holiday to Payton.
Hey, you got the screen right, screen right, screen right.
Won't go. He has to find better opportunities.
See, I don't like that shot right there. Pass the ball, get the defense moving, maybe set a hard screen, roll to the rim, see the ball go in a couple of times before you settle for a mid-range jumper that's contested.
It's no good. Not sure what he was thinking there. Payton into the front court. Down a bundle. More shot. Oh, I can't connect. Fires the three. And they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting reports. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
3 for 3. Nice.
Good shot.
New Orleans going to take it up.
I got ball. That's me. See up, y'all.
Holiday. To Davis. Fires the three, knocks it down. And Jay, so much better to get that shot beyond the arc than inside 22 feet. Davis has really come into his own the last few years. Where is his ceiling?
The ceiling is 3 letters, MVP. Think about last February, the 2017-2018 season. He joined Hall of Famer Moses Malone as the only player in the past 40 seasons to average at least 35 points and 13 rebounds for the entire month. It's coming, Mr. Davis, very soon.
Offensive board. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
And when we start talking about some of the top players in the game, can we talk about the guy that got first team All-NBA for the 3rd time in 4 years? Can we talk about the guy who was the 2nd leading scorer in the league last year with 28 points per night? Can we start mentioning AD's name with the best in the game starting now?
The Pelicans will take the timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the 2nd quarter. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Number 16, James Johnson.
Holiday doesn't even see the defender. Buries the shot.
Holiday, 4-2.
Has a chance. Not. And a putback slam. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Davis. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. For 3, knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
To Davis. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Here's a chance from long range. Ooh, he'll take that.
Well, they're shooting the ball at an amazing clip, and when they shoot the ball this well, they're essentially unguardable. And Ed, let me tell you what that does for the team. It eventually opens up space to put the ball down on the ground and get to the rim. That's how critical the three-point shot is.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Oh, that's how it's done.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
Davis. It's no good. Great defense.
As a great player, I would love it if somebody guarded me that way. I get guarded that way every day in practice. No.
Flushes it home. This is becoming a runaway.
They're getting to the rim at will, probably because we're watching Matador defense. You probably want to get in the way of your defender if they keep trying to attack the rim.
Holiday to Davis. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Hey, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Stuffs it down with authority.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2. Now with 3 at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our...
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Pelicans have the basketball. Hayden to Holiday.
Nah, I don't need no screen.
Takes stock of the floor. Locked in. Holiday. Passed it off. The shot blocked by Whiteside.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Trying to cash in. It's no good. If he takes those shots, he'll be back on the bench in no time.
I love when bad shooters make shots. They run down the court saying, I should get...
Oh, and a putback.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Stuffs it down with authority.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Holiday has a look. Just off the mark. To Dragic. With another basket there.
And when he gets going, he is automatic from that position on the floor.
And they'll take that any day of the week. Holiday. 4-3. Oh, he couldn't get it to go.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Unable to connect on the free throw. To Payton. Down low more. Shot from the lane won't go. A lot of contact. No whistle.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice.
Oh, and a putback.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Holiday controls the basketball. His guys down big. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
From long range. Now that's a contest. Payton with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Holiday to Davis. Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Whistle stops play. Timeout New Orleans as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now. It's Pelicans ball. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Beyond the arc for three. And the rebound taken by New Orleans. Davis. Almost, but no good.
For an offensive player at his magnitude, that's as easy as a layup if you're not crowding him defensively.
Off the mark against the double team. And he powers it home. 2 more points for Anthony Davis. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Dragic. Inside, he scores.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Holiday in possession. He'll run the offense. Here comes the screen. Payton on the drive, but it won't go. The follow won't go either.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other.
Stuffs it down with authority.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
To Davis. Goaltending. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Hey, it's our game. Let's take it home now. Let's go.
Substitutions.
Knocked loose. That's force a turnover. It goes the other way. Rises for the slam. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. Nice pass to set things up.
There's something that is so impressive about what we saw this evening. Not just the shot-making ability, but the fact that not every shot came from the pocket. There were some bad passes being made, and the shots came from different places around the body, which aren't usual for the typical shot. That shot-making ability, that's something special to watch.
The screen sets him up for two.
Jrue Holiday really showed the world last year that he was special during that playoffs against the Golden State Warriors and Stephen Curry. He's battled through injury, some off-the-court adversity with his wife, but he's rebounded stronger than ever, averaging around 19 points a game last season, the highest of his 9-year career.
Deep three at the buzzer. The Heat with the victory.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.
Now the Heat gonna use a timeout. High five.
I couldn't.